One day in 4th grade, my teacher was sitting at her desk grading work while the students finished their work. So like 5 minutes into this, I see my crush get up to go to the bathroom. And so after a minute of him being in there, I get up to go to the bathroom also. When I got to the bathroom, the door wasn't locked, so I went in. When I opened the door, he was peeing with his wiener out and I saw it. So I screamed and ran back to my seat. After that, we pretended it never happened. That was 6.5 years ago. And I still remember it like it was yesterday. Okay, so one day I went to my friend's house to spend the night and she had a dog. So her dog was a boy, so he kept humping us, but I kicked him, but my friend just let him do it. So when we were asleep, the dog hopped in the bed and just started humping us. I kicked him off the bed and went to sleep in the bathtub. Before my friend woke up that morning, I went back to the bed and got on my phone. I told my mom to call me and say I had to clean my room so I could leave. My mom came and picked me up about an hour later. And since then I have never been to the girl's house again. Ciao, all I have to say is thank you.
So basically in the 5th grade I had a lot of friends. So one day one of my friends told me she liked my crush. And that she was going to ask him out. But she knew I liked him. So I told her they couldn't date because I liked him. And she got mad. My crush was walking towards us and she started yelling at me, saying stuff about my dead sister and acting like she wanted to fight. She was basically doing that because he was there. So he turned around and went back to the playground. A week after that I got my friends to turn against her and my crush was my friend. I dared him to ask her out, then say it was a prank, and he did. She started crying and switched schools a month after that. And my crush and I started dating. That was 4 years ago and she is now dating my brother. And it's awkward when she comes over since my crush and I date and he comes over my house a lot. Ciao, anyways, thank you for your submission. When I was 13 I was involved with a 16-year-old and he took me to his house for quote-unquote studying. Then we did the dirty at his house, which is how I lost my V card. And then I found out he goes to my sister's high school and they are best friends. Now I'm 14 and he's 17 and we still do the dirty. Lol, he's good at it. Anyways, thank you for your submission. So my best friend had a brother who was 2 years older than us and a sister in college. Her brother went to our school and was a senior and we were sophomores. So basically her brother was popular at school and everyone liked him, including me. So it was awkward every time I went over. So one day I went over my friend's house to stay the night, but she was at the store, so her brother let me in. We were the only ones there, so I just went to my friend's room and waited. She said she had to run errands, so it would be a while, and so I got nervous being there alone with her brother. About 30 minutes later her brother came in the room and we just started talking to keep from being bored. After a few minutes of talking I told him I liked him and he said he liked me too. So next 3 of the story. So after like 2 months I was throwing up and my stomach got big, so I took a pregnancy test and it came back positive. I told her brother and her boyfriend and they told me not to tell her. To this day I still don't know which one of them is the father of my twins, and my best friend thinks they are her brothers. We still didn't tell her or anyone that her boyfriend might be the dad. And I don't plan on telling anyone either. Her brother and I have been dating for over a year now and my best friend is pregnant with her boyfriend's baby. Woo Charlie, thank you for your submission. So in 4th grade there was this big body Betty Crocker Momo looking ass bitch and she bullied whoever she wanted except her friends. She had never tried to bully me until this one day she came to the slide and her friends started talking about me. This bitch really had the nerve to push me off the side of the slide and made me fall on my arm. I was embarrassed because my crush was on the swings next to us, so I ran to the other side of the playground. This baboon bitch thought I was gonna cry, but I didn't. Instead I decided to get my revenge on that hoe. Part 2 coming in a little while. So that night I asked her cousin who she bullied for her number and her parents' number, but I only got her and her mom's number, which was fine by me. And I started sending the numbers to some people from school. I also wrote the numbers on paper and put them in my backpack. The next day at school, me and some other kids put the papers in different classrooms at school and on some people's desk. That dumb bitch eventually saw some papers and got scared. That Caucasian rat told the teacher, and the teacher asked who did it. No one said anything because most of us put up at least one paper. The mean, ugly, fat-ass principal checked the cameras but didn't know who it was because everyone put them in their classrooms and there were no cameras in the classrooms. Turns out she bullied me because we liked the same boy. Anyway, long story short, she got in trouble with her parents because she was a bully and she switched schools and changed her number. One time in 6th grade I was dating this one girl. Let's call her Samantha. And so this bitch decided to cheat on me with my best friend. So to get revenge I got with her best friend, and me and her best friend were actually a good couple. Then once word got around we were a cute couple, Samantha got jealous of us. After that, Samantha tried to win me back, but when my girlfriend heard about it she drop-kicked the fuck out of Samantha. After school, me and my girlfriend made out LMAO. So when I was around 7 years old I was in my room at like 2 a.m. and heard my mom screaming, so I got kinda scared and went to her door. As she was still screaming I opened the door a little bit and saw my mom getting fucked by some random man, so I ran back to my room and went to sleep. The next day I asked my mom if she was okay and told her that I heard screaming last night, and she said don't worry about it, and I said okay. So then later me and my sister went to play the Wii. It was like 4 in the morning and my sister was like, do you hear that? It was my mom screaming, so then we went to her door and listened for like 5 minutes, then we opened the door a little bit to see that my mom was getting fucked by my dad. When my sister saw it she started screaming as loud as she could, so I ran to the living room and pretended to be asleep, but a few minutes later someone was knocking on the door. It was the cops? Turns out someone called the cops because my sister screamed too loud. Okay, that's my story. Chile, thank you for your submission. When I was like 8 or 9 my auntie's friend dropped off her son to my aunt's house. His mom had a meeting to go to, so my aunt had to watch him and I both. Let's call this boy A. So A was like 10 or 11 at the time and I had a little crush on him, but he liked my cousin mostly. So basically when he got in the house we went to go play in my aunt's room. After a few minutes of playing he asked me if I wanted to kiss, and I said sure because I had a crush on his fine ass. I thought it was just gonna be a little peck, but he actually kissed me and so I kissed back. We made out for like 5 minutes, but then my aunt got up to check on us and so she texted part 2 of my first kiss. So as I was saying my aunt started walking to the room and we heard her, so we stopped kissing and just acted like we were playing. She told us she made us some sandwiches, so we went to go eat. After we ate we started watching TV in the living room. We laid on the same couch and got under the cover together. He started kissing me but my aunt kept checking on us. He touched me and I touched him, but that's as far as it went because his mom got back. You and I? Never mind. Thank you for your submission. And let me know if you guys want more stories about you because she sent a few more.